Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel if you're returning, and if you are brand new, welcome. So happy to have you. This is a brand new channel. It's called Wisdom of the Revolution. Just wanted to create a community for myself and for anyone else who's needing more of it right now in their life, to connect and go deeper than the surface level crap that we're interacting with every day. To get in touch with our depth, to get in touch with our inner light, to get in touch with our wisdom, to get in touch with our purpose and all of that, because all of us have that divinity in us, and it's just sleeping right now, and it's time to wake it up. The time has come. The time is now. Earth is ascending. We are waking up and we are ascending, and it's extremely disorienting for people, even when you know what is going on, and when you don't know or are not aware of what's going on with Gaia right now, or Mother Earth, with the ascension and the shift, then I can't even imagine how you're coping. So yeah, we need more spirit, we need more inspiration, we need more connection right now in our lives from my perspective. So that's what this channel is for. I'm super down to earth. I'm just a human. I am intuitive because we all are intuitive. I'm a Reiki master, and I do that for work as well. But at the end of the day, we are all the same, and any one of you could also channel energy if you believed that you could, and connect it with it in a specific way. So yeah, here to empower you. Be your own guru, be your own wisdom keeper. We all need other people to reflect back to us what we already know in our depth. We need that to wake it up, to ignite it, to spark it. I've needed that. I still need that. That's the beauty of relationships and our life and our journeys. But we definitely have to know that we also have that power, that wisdom, and that ability to create and move forward in our life in whatever direction that we know in our soul is meant for us, despite what the world tells us, what people tell us, and what our own monkey mind is telling us. So yeah, anyway, long intro. I haven't shuffled the cards yet. I wanted to do it a little bit different this time. I have done this once already, I think, when I was rushing, but I'm just going to start from the beginning. I don't have a theme. I have no idea what wants to come through. I just opened it up to spirit for whatever that needs to come through can come through. If you have been watching some of my other videos, a lot of them have similar themes and seem to be compiling on top of each other, either in a linear fashion, or it's just all talking about maybe one big situation, or, specific relevant energies that are going on for a lot of us right now. It seems to be a very common theme. So I'm very curious to see what's going to come up at this moment. I did have a vision as I was meditating before this, so we'll see how that fits in. But it was basically like a sheet of ice, like in, the ocean in the Arctic or something. It was like water had frozen over, and was a sheet of ice, and then it was like all of a sudden I almost envisioned like the 8 of Wands card, but it wasn't wands, it was icicles shooting down and piercing the sheet of ice that was causing cracks all throughout it. I shuffled my deck just to get some clarification cards to see what this image was about, and it actually asked to give me more validation on my vision, and the cards that came out were vision and betrayal. So we'll see how that comes in, or how that plays into this reading. Yeah, it might be mild, it might not be intense, but we'll see. So it seems like, and honestly, it felt like, it's hard to explain. It didn't necessarily feel like you were being backstabbed, or there was betrayal, like perceived betrayal towards you from another, or a situation. It kind of felt like you were getting all of the icicles. It's like the sheet of ice is your psyche or something, or your soul, or you. And all of these icicles are shooting down and piercing into it, and it's cracking. So it feels like you are the ice. I'm not sure if you feel like you're causing some kind of betrayal, or if there is betrayal that you're perceiving coming toward you. Not sure. And it might have nothing to do with betrayal at all, this reading. So we'll see how it fits in. I just wanted to say that right off the bat before I forget. I'm sure I won't, but it was a pretty specific vision image, so wanted to bring that in. Okay, Spirit, let's get started. Where do you want to start today? Inverted Sun, the Six of Wands, Ooh, Four of Swords, and the Death card. Okay, so inverted sun. The sun's in your reading, so that's positive. But we are inverted. There's a transformation happening. Very common theme. We're all transforming. I mean, it's probably very little readings have. To be honest, all the reading. I also watch readings sometimes in my spare time, and there is a lot of themes about death, transformation, rebirth, new beginnings, endings. You know. So let me know if you are experiencing the same thing. I'm so curious. It seems like as within, so without. So I feel like we're all going through a lot of these big shifts together. Just kind of depends, you know, for each person, the shift might be a little different to the next, right? But it seems like we're all going through big changes, big shifts, big rebirths. We're cracking open. Sorry, I just had that, like the icicles hitting the ice and it piercing it and little cracks developing. So something is starting to crack, some kind of foundation. All right. But we have the upright Six of Wands. So I feel like there's success in this transformation, or there's some kind of like admiration or some kind of recognition going on, maybe from people around you, or maybe you are just feeling really proud of yourself and you're admiring yourself and you feel like you've had success or achievement. You're Four of Swords. So you seem like in a state of peace or rest. Or withdrawn. It could be withdrawn. I mean, you have the inverted sun with the Four of Swords. And the sun is generative and force and forward motion. Could be like it's divine masculine energy as well. Can be looked at that way. So it could be that we are just in our hermit mode, in our inner peace and serenity. Retreating from societies as we're going through this rebirth, but there's success in this. I'm not sure, but we'll get more. Okay, Spirit, can I get a word for the inverted sun, please, to start? I got 3, so we're going to take them. Sovereignty, confident, harmony. Okay, so it seems like there's a little bit of imbalance at this moment. Sovereignty, confident, like harmony would be balance, right? And reciprocal maybe, but confident and sovereignty, those are both solar plexus I am energies, because they're yellow, and the sun also is yellow. So there's definitely some kind of like an energy of being in your power, of being confident, of being assertive, of being strong-willed, of having willpower, of being in the driver's seat. You're inverted though, so you know, like there's and harmony. It could be inner connection. It could be connected with your inner light right now. It might not be that you're projecting it outward to those around you, your communities around you, and being that generative force right now. It could be that you're connecting with yourself inwardly right now, and you are confident and in your sovereignty and harmony. You're working on that right now. Like you're working on connecting to your highest self in your inner child. You're working on it inwardly at the moment, and you're maybe not projecting or outwardly sharing that, or sharing your wisdom, sharing your voice, sharing your power with everyone around you at this time, potentially. Okay, let's keep going and maybe we'll get more clarity. Intimacy on the bottom, not sure how that comes in. Okay, Six of Wands. Can I please get clarification card? Empathy. So it seems like we're successful or in our ability to be empathic, or we are receiving empathy from others, and that's a win. But can I get one more? Intimacy came out. That happens a lot. I see the cards when I shuffle and they come out during the reading. That happens a lot. There ain't no such thing as a coincidence. So yeah, empathy and intimacy. There's like success somehow, achievement, admiration maybe, empathy and intimacy. I need more. Four of Swords. Can I get a word to clarify the Four of Swords, please? Lessons. Identity. Ooh, sorry, I feel like it's tingling, you know, it's tingling. I feel like it's starting to come together. It hasn't clicked yet, but it's coming. I mean, I'm picturing you in peace and serenity, laying down in stillness, or meditation even, or contemplation in this Four of Swords. It might be that we're listening, or we are understanding that there's some kind of lesson to work through with regarding our identity. Or we're at peace with the process that we're going through of learning our true identity of sovereignty. We're going through a change. Let's get one for the Death card. Grief. Transforming grief, maybe, because it's like alchemizing our shadow and the grief and the negative belief systems, and transforming and learning the lessons of our true identity, of our sovereignty, coming into our harmony. Maybe we're achieving success at being, of having empathy and intimacy for ourselves. Like an intimate, empathic relationship with ourselves. Like that's forgiveness too. And actually, as I was shuffling, I did see the word forgiveness came out earlier, because as I was meditating and I wanted to get clarity on some of the things coming to me, I did take some of these cards. So one of the cards that came out earlier was forgiveness. So maybe we are having success in integrating a lesson of accepting ourselves. Maybe we're having more empathy and intimacy for ourselves, and we're stepping more into our confidence and our harmony. Let's see what else comes out with the Death card, please. Can we get another one? Three came out. That's okay. Manifest, longing, complete. This card also came up while I was shuffling early, trying to get clarity. And this image, there was another image that came up. I was on it was basketball court. Actually, I don't know if any of you have ever seen this movie, but it's What the Bleep Do We Know? It's an older, I think the only place you can find it is YouTube, and it's even hard to find it. I'm not sure when it was available originally. It looks like it's from the early 90s, I think, is when it was created. Anyway, it's some kind of a documentary or and it's called What the Bleep Do We Know? And there's a scene in there where they're on a basketball court, and they're trying to talk about when you're observing something and you're seeing the back of basketball, it's actually real. Like, it's there, it's physical in our reality, but if we're not looking at it and we're not observing it, is the basketball really there? Okay, anyway, maybe that has to do with this, but that's not what I wanted to focus on. I wanted to focus on, it was like that basketball court, but it wasn't necessarily about the concept of is the basketball there or not, although maybe that will come into this. It was about swishing it through the hoop. And then I got the word complete, and then it made sense to me, slam dunk. Then I got slam dunk. I don't know, something like about completing a lesson, completing a cycle, completing a project, completing a chapter. I'm not sure, but it's a slam dunk, okay? And I feel like I saw that because this card was, it's connected. I'm feeling. So transformation. Are we transforming our grief and our longing, like the lack? Are we there's definitely, just looking at these Four of Swords with the lessons and identity, and you also have the Sun, which I mean, to me, upright would be like the highest expression of your true divine identity, which is soul, spirit, love, source, light. It's not our egoic personalities and our names and our, all that stuff. It's not that. So it's like lessons we're going through some kind of a transformative lesson in our life. Whatever lesson that we are integrating right now or working through is transforming us, and we're coming out we're having an ending or a closing chapter in our life, and we're going to be stepping into a new beginning. That's endings imply new beginnings. So we're going to be stepping into a new cycle because it feels like we are integrating a lesson that we're learning regarding our true identity, and we're part of that is shedding and releasing some of that grief and longing that lives in the shadow about all kinds of things. Longing could be living in a state of lack, of like longing for love in our life, whether it's romantic or in our friends, community groups, or in our family, or longing for more finances, or longing for a nicer, more comfortable home, or longing for, that puppy you've always wanted, or longing for to go on that trip. I'm not sure, that's the state of lack. That's the waiting for the external to bring us something that was always going to be generated from our inner world first, right? So maybe we're transforming some of that grief and that lack mindset, okay? And I feel like this is gonna be a slam dunk. Like maybe you've gone through a lot of these cycles in your past. Maybe you have already attempted to learn this lesson, or you've learned pieces of this lesson along your path, and you've slowly chipped away at the boulder of what it was that you needed to finally get a grasp on and finally integrate and finally clear out of your way. Maybe this will be the slam dunk. Maybe you've slowly chipped away at it, but this is the last cycle. Complete, slam dunk. Because now we're moving from a state of the longing, the lack, to a state of manifest, to a state of I am, to a state of confidence, to a state of I create, to a state of I am God, source, divinity, like I'm part of that. I'm not separate from that. I hold the code. I hold the creator code. I hold the codes to alchemize, create, and produce, generate all that I've ever desired, if I choose to, if I believe in myself, if I believe that in my true identity, if I believe in the depth of my identity. Depth was also a word that came up. And it came up with the slam dunk. It did. It came up with complete. So depth. It's like this was deep. It's like this stuff, this grief, this longing, this mind stuff too, because it's like the Four of Swords. Swords is mind, and it comes with lessons and identity. So there's lots of mind stuff going on about our identity. Like there has been throughout our life, and we all go through this. There's so much mind activity all the time, and it also tells you about who you are. And it's not real. That voice is not a real voice. That's the egoic mind. That's a mechanism. That is a structure. Okay. Let's get an oracle card. Why not? Spirit, can we just get an oracle card and an overall? What does your soul say? It's number 8. That's significant for anyone. Yeah, what does your soul say? Got to stop listening to that monkey mind. What is your soul saying about who you are? What does your soul say? What does your soul say about who you are? About what we're doing here? About the truth? Okay. Spirit, can I get a secondary clarification card for the inverted sun, please? I'm going to get a secondary card. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use my This is such a beautiful deck, the Spirit Song deck, and I rarely use it because I just feel like all of the image, like the colors are so similar in all the cards, and I really like contrast. Like it helps me to pick out a story. So I don't use them as much, but they're so beautiful. So I should include them. I should practice or use them more. 8 of Feathers inverted. Okay, with the Sun. So that's 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords inverted though. So it's like we're releasing ourselves from some kind of a mental constraint or prison. Like thinking that keeps us stuck. Thinking, thought patterns, beliefs that keep us stuck. Believing that we can't take a step forward or that we're not enough or that whatever it is. Often our mind really blows things way out of proportion and will tell us all kinds of things about what the problem is when really there's, you know, sometimes maybe there is real obstacles in your way, and I'd say 9 times out of 10, it's your own mind that's in your way, or 8 times out of 10, I don't know, but a lot. Anyway, it's like we're taking the blindfold off and we're pushing over the swords, thinking of the imagery of the card in the Rider-Waite deck, and we're yeah, you know what? And it's also this little mouse. Sorry, so it's a little mouse. And it's inverted. So it's like this little mouse isn't going to stay little anymore, you know? Like now I'm done being small. With the inverted part. What does that say? It says courage and solutions. Yeah, sometimes the words on it don't always completely resonate to how I know and understand them, but they're part of it. So yeah. Okay, let's get one of these as well. I want one of these as well. This inverted sun. I just want to get it. Feels like we're working through maybe the lesson right now, but it's going to be a slam dunk. Like there's potential in this and harmony, and there's going to be an achievement or a success in terms of and integrating this lesson and moving to a place of empathy and intimacy with yourself. Self-forgiveness, self-love, self-empowerment, self-acceptance, empathy and intimacy with yourself. There's going to be success in that. You're going to have a slam dunk in this transformation maybe. Okay. Can I get a clarification card for the inverted sun? An inverted Ace of Feathers as well. Inverted Hierophant. This one was an inverted. It happens so much. The inverted 8 of Swords came up again. So I know you're not making mistakes. It's up to me to, you know, I got to get it. I got to crack the code. I mean, you know what you're like, no, this is it. It's, yeah. So yes, we get it. The inverted 8 of Swords. I feel like that's stepping. Okay. So sorry. If they were upright, okay, it'd be like conventional and tradition and being trapped in the tradition, the conventional stories and thoughts and beliefs that you've been taught your whole life about what you are, what your identity is, okay? What you're meant to do, what's going on, okay? This is what the church has always told you and you're trapped. I don't know. Or whoever it is. It doesn't need to be the church for you. It could be just your society, your parents, your family, the structures and traditions around you, whatever it is, your culture. Could be the church. But you know, it's maybe kept you in a state of entrapment. But now these are both inverted, coming out with the inverted sun, inverted 8 of Swords as well, 8 of Feathers. So it's like we're stepping away from the traditional beliefs and stories that have kept us in a state of grief and longing for something deeper and something truer. Okay? And now we're stepping into this more unconventional approach, this different kind of idea of what does your soul say? You know, like what is my soul saying beyond what society is saying, what the rules say, what the, you know, the game I'm supposed to play, you know, like it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. You know, there's something off about it. You know? That's transforming that grief and that longing. Slam dunk. We're going to step into our power of manifesting. Step into our power. We're going to manifest this. To some degree, we are manifesting this. We've had an awareness. We've had a desire to break free. We have. At some point, our desire alone maybe is what's helping us manifest this slam dunk, because our desire alone is wanting to break free, of being aware and realizing that we're trapped by our mind. So yeah, the inverted sun part, it seems positive. Like, it doesn't seem negative. I mean, you got sovereignty, confident, and harmony, taking off those blindfolds, getting out of your own way, getting out of your mental prison, and not just blindly following, what the rules state you're supposed to do, what society says supposed to do, the church, your parents, your culture, your family, whatever it is. Like, I'm laying that down. But maybe inverted sun, you could just be resting right now. I mean, it could also be like low on energy. And you're also like the Four of Swords. So there is a state of rest. It's not super generative and out and forward motion and in action right now. Maybe this is all happening in our world, in our inner world. We're not outwardly expressing maybe yet with the inverted sun. Okay. Sorry, just wondering where I should go from here and how I can best help all of you. Why don't we just step into advice, and we'll see, maybe through getting cards for the advice, it'll make more sense about what this is. Inverted High Priestess, advice. It's like not trusting your intuition potentially, or not connected to your intuition, or not listening to your intuition maybe. Inverted sun. Withdrawal and silence. Reversed. I put a question mark. Yeah, why? Maybe not sharing your wisdom. Doubting intuition or keeping it hidden from others. So maybe with the inverted sun and the inverted high priestess, yeah, maybe we are keeping it hidden from others. I mean, I personally, it came to me, so I feel like maybe I should share, because maybe someone can relate, or they'll connect to this story and it will help them. I personally have gone through lots of major shifts in my life recently and have chose to not tell anyone about them until after, and I believe that I'm listening to that sacred inner wisdom. I believe that I'm sitting in a place of neutrality when I'm making these decisions of, I'm trusting in something beyond my mind. Like, I'm trusting in the feeling, I'm trusting in the knowing, I'm trusting in my path. Okay, and I feel like that energy would be held within the high priestess of just like an inner knowing, an inner wisdom, sacred neutrality, not getting pulled to the polarity on either side. It's just being in sacred neutrality of knowing that holding on too much to either side of these poles just creates polarity and resistance. And she's smart enough to know that. Wise enough to know that. So yeah, like, I personally felt like I have been following my inner calling, the little whispers. I've been listening more, and I don't always know what it means or how it's going to work out. I'm just trusting, but I haven't been sharing with everybody. And in fact, when I do share, like, here's an example of homeschooling my children. My husband's side of the family are, a lot of them are teachers, and they didn't quite know what to think about it, and have all kinds of their own ideas about why someone would homeschool and what it means to be homeschooled, and, you know, all of their own beliefs and stories that they were projecting onto me, which is not my truth. It's not my my energy and my template and my purpose and my path is never going to jive into all the other crap that they're trying to make it jive with. That's someone else's story. That's someone else's crap. That's someone else's frequency. It's not me. It's not my game. It's not my reality. It's not my theater. It's not my play. It's apples and oranges, you know, but they won't get that it's apples and oranges. To me, it's apples and oranges. I can't really explain to them that it's apples and oranges. I'm just keeping it, you know, I am like staying a little mouse sometimes when I'm with them, but truly inside I am shutting that mouth, putting that mouse away and bringing out the lion, you know, like I'm done with this little squeaky, scared, tiny version of me. Like I want to be a big, strong, powerful, fierce, but also loving side of me, you know? So it could be that this is happening. This is happening. Like you have the knowledge, you have the power, you have the strength. Okay. They're inverted. So maybe you're just being more withdrawn and going through this on your own right now. Maybe you are admiring yourself with the Six of Wands. Like there is success, or your spirit team's admiring you. Maybe you have a very intimate and relationship with your spirit team, and they have so much empathy for you on this journey that you're going through. Maybe you don't feel like you have a lot of that with community. That's not here. It's not saying you don't have community around you. So, but I'm just wondering why we're a little bit withdrawn. The advice is, okay, let's, Spirit, can I get a clarification card for the inverted High Priestess? Because this was advice. Celebrate your wins. And another one, please, from this deck. Ace of Wands, Ace of Acorns, creative force and confidence. And it's upright. Okay, so there is a new beginning, or a new passion, or a new idea, a new path, a new plan, new excitement, a new start, a new project, newfound creativity. Celebrate your wins. There's a new beginning here, so I feel like there's going to be success in this new beginning. Like there's a transformation. We're integrating these lessons. We're going to have a slam dunk moment, maybe. Sorry. Also, I was staring at this longing card, and these hearts were like, this was right over top of this. And so I talked about it before as longing, like a lack state, or you know, wanting, longing for, you know, that a new different job, or a new home, or a new relationship, or just more money, or like whatever. But also I saw the Two of Cups as well when I was shuffling earlier, like. So it just, that came to me. Like as I looked at longing, that card popped to my head. So now I'm wondering if I'm supposed to be paying attention to that. That was a theme that's come up in my other readings. So maybe not. I'm just going to leave it for now. It's just intimacy, complete, and longing have come up, but we don't have a lot of other cards. So I'm just going to leave it for now. I just was looking at that and so you never know when you're focusing on something or something's coming to you, if it's for a reason. Sometimes, if not every single time, it is. So yeah. Where did I put? Oh, it's over here. That goes over there. Identity goes over here with the lessons. So yeah, advice. Celebrate your wins. There is a new beginning. There's a creative force and confidence. The word is here again. So there is a new creative beginning, or just a new passionate beginning, and with confidence and a creative force behind it. Celebrate your wins. Okay. There's harmony and sovereignty, and in this, it's a new identity. Maybe that you're just this process, this slam dunk is going to be like finally stepping in to this new identity, this the higher version, maybe the highest, maybe you've learned, but it's probably just the higher, and then it will be higher and then higher, but there is definitely something to celebrate. There is going to be a slam dunk. There is going to be some kind of a conclusion and a complete check, moving on to the next lesson, the next. Okay, can I get one of these words for the inverted high priestess? Please. Health, that also came up earlier. Powerful. Sacred neutrality. That's what I was talking about with her too. I was talking about sacred neutrality. Okay, but we're inverted. Powerful. Health. Okay, sorry, just give me a sec. I just gotta stare. I gotta stare at them. When I stare at them, they talk to me. Just a minute. What's the time? 36 minutes. Powerful, confident, sovereignty, identity. There's so much solar power. Oh, that's funny. Solar plexus. There's so much solar plexus energy, powerful energy. The I am, the willpower, the God force energy, like there's so much of that here. But you're inverted, but this is like the inverted priestess is also inverted with powerful, so, and health and sacred neutrality. So you're the high priestess in the sun. I mean, you have powerful wisdom to share. But you're not. Spirit, I need more. Like, let's go. Spirit, I'm really trying to figure out for me too. Let's be honest. Like the inverted high priestess and the inverted sun, just because it feels very positive in terms of there's going to be some kind of an integration, a slam dunk, a complete, like, check, like we've finally broke free of something that had kept us seemingly feeling in shackles, maybe, metaphorically, for a while. Because I feel like with this 6 of Wands, there's like success, like it's like an achievement, like you've been working at this, like it's like long time coming, like it requires a celebration. It also says celebrate your wins, like this is like a big deal. Give me more. I want more about the inverted high priestess, the inverted sun. Tell me why they're inverted. Give me more clarity. That was like 10 cards. Tell me why the high priestess and the sun are inverted. Let's get more clarity. Okay, that's 3. 2 of Cups has come up in your reading now. 2 of Cups inverted, 9 of Swords, and the Star inverted. Star is also inverted. But we're releasing anxiety, and there's 2 of Cups. So there is harmony. That's like the harmony card, or like a coming together of something, something's complete in harmony. What does your soul say? Just read that. So, inverted star. I feel like, okay, inverted sun, inverted star, inverted high priestess. there's so much potential here. I mean, the sun, the star, and the high priestess are all like connected to spirit and high expression in your power, in your wisdom, and your sacred neutrality. Like power meaning when you're in your sacred neutrality, that's probably your most powerful energetic state. That's power. That's more powerful than going out and projecting opinions or all of or doing like being in sacred neutrality. Sorry, I'm not explaining this well at all. What I'm trying to say is that we might think that just being in neutrality and not really picking a side and just kind of being like in that aloofness or whatever you want to call it, just being like neutral and being like, I accept, the most sacred thing is what is. I'm not going to get my energy all tied up in either side because I'm going to, it just drains me of all of my power when I could just let it be as it is. Like I could just let it be as it is. Like I'm trying to resist and change the world around me. It is what it is. You want to change it, go into your sacred neutrality, get still, have your visions, hold it in your heart, and through love work towards it, right? Like getting excited and reacting to things in your external and not being in your neutrality is not a powerful stance. Being in sacred neutrality and knowing that your power comes from inside is a powerful stance, okay? That's the point of what I was trying to say. I'm not saying the sun is not powerful. I'm just saying we would always kind of assume maybe that the sun and the projective and the force and the source and all of that would be more powerful than just being in stillness and in sacred neutrality and in our knowing. But that's not always the case. Not at all. I mean, look at the imbalance of the world right now with how much generative force there is versus being in a state of acceptance, receiving, divine feminine, divine knowing, divine nurturing, divine simplicity, peace, there's not enough of that wisdom in the world, right? It's trying to come into balance. It is working to come into balance. It is coming into more balance. And that's also why we're feeling very inside. Because we're recalibrating and trying to level out. Okay, so I wanted to get more about this inverted sun and the inverted high priestess. I got inverted star. So it's like, sorry, did I get off topic? Oh, forgive me. That doesn't sound like me. This is all very good. I feel like it's just that we haven't done the slam dunk yet. We're in the transformation. We're working through it. And maybe we felt like we've how do I want to explain this? Because it's like we are connected and we do know we are, it's like, 90% of, it's like the 90% of the time, it's like, I know my truth, I know my power, I'm taking the steps, I know. And the 10% of the time, because it's so overwhelming, this process that you're going through, this change, this rebirth, this shift, this is like all of these icicles flying through the air and stabbing your psyche and stabbing your walls and stabbing the reality as you know it and cracking you open to like all this new energy, this new love, this new light, and it's cracking us open and it's starting to show us the truth of reality in glimpses, or maybe for some like not in glimpses, and like big like powerful moments. Like it's like, it's like that's starting to happen where we're cracked. It's maybe that's why you're inverted, the betrayal, the vision. It's like maybe we're just, the process, the rebirth is taking off the mask and laying down structures and stories and thoughts that we've been taught, that society has taught us, that they don't operate for. Maybe we're starting to understand there's like maybe there has been energies that, how do I explain this? There has been energies that have been interfering with us. And those are dissipating now and subsiding now. But there has been energies that have kept us clamped and kept us kind of like restricted in terms of like our true divine potential, ability, and power. Like it's, there has been energies that have hindered us from being able to see the whole truth, that have hindered us from feeling connected to all that is and knowing that truth. So maybe this rebirth is the realization, is the cracking of the paradigm, is the waking up to the truth. And that feels intense. And that's why we're inverted star and the inverted sun and the inverted high priestess, because this new occult knowledge that we know inside of us and that we're seeing and that we're understanding and that we're integrating is, you know, we're integrating it. We are integrating it. We are seeing it. We are starting to learn about it, but we haven't had that slam dunk moment yet. And we're still in a little bit of that's why it's saying celebrate your wins. You might be feeling a little unsettled, maybe even a little like scared, like the feeling inside it, not necessarily like scared of something specific that's going to happen, but just that that uncertainty, right? The feeling of uncertainty, the feeling of what is really going on. If this actually is this and that actually is that, then what is everything, you know, which is, it can feel like the rug is getting pulled out from underneath us, you know, if that's been our whole foundation and our whole understanding of how things operate in our realities. I mean, our psyches and, you know, as humans, we like to kind of understand that we are going to be safe and that, you know, A equals B and C plus D equals A, or like whatever. Like we kind of like to know what the dealio is, because we want to protect ourselves and be in safety. And that's a very natural and normal instinct. So it's like when we're realizing or first discovering that like what we originally thought was how things operated and how things work. Once you learn or see or hear or know the truth and integrate that, or not even integrate it fully, just to hear just open your mind to it. Just open your mind to it for the first time. There's my brother's car, if anyone can hear it. Sorry, I'll go in a sec. Opening your mind to the first time, it's like you crack it open and you start to see, oh, but then it's like the door bursts open and that the waters flood in, and you realize that means that everything that you've ever known or understood is not what you've known and understood. That means that this structure might not be what I thought it was. That means that this, you know, archetype over here is not what I thought it was over there. It means like everything is changing. Everything is shifting. My whole reality, my whole world is turning inside out, and so we're re-alchemizing and recalibrating to our power of being connected through the star, right? Being connected through the star is like connected to spirit, connected to purpose, connected to our highest self, healing, cleansing, truth. It's inverted. It's like and the sun, it's like all these energies are here, but they're not upright yet, because we're going through the transformation. This is where we are right now, okay? The Two of Cups came up. I'm trying to get clarity on these, or maybe we're not in full harmony because there's something, like another piece. I don't know. No, I'm not going to say that's what it is, because they're spread out everywhere. Yeah, okay. Inverted star. Sorry, just before I go on, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything for ya. Do. He's just leaving. He lets it warm up for a while. Feeling lost or uninspired, self-doubt, low self-esteem, a need for self-care, feeling disconnected. So we might all, like, forever, yeah, there's lessons that we're going through right now regarding our true identity, like on a soul level, like what we really are, what it really means to be a human here on earth, that identity. Because we've always understood it as, like, I'm a body with a brain, and from that brain, consciousness is generated. And we don't fully grasp and understand the mysteries of consciousness, but the brain produces our consciousness, our ability to think, and our ability to problem solve, and our ability to know that the sky is blue, and that I know, all of that. Okay? But that's not what science actually says. Actually, it's the opposite. It's actually that your body is receiving the signal of consciousness, that your brain is receiving a signal of consciousness. It's not generating the consciousness. It's receiving the signal. It's the antenna. Okay? So one truth then stems into another truth, which then stems into another truth, which then it feels like your whole world has just crumbled because it was built upon lies. Like, it was built upon a lie. But the good news is that the truth is so much greater than the lie, which is really, really great. But as you work through it, it doesn't necessarily feel like that at first. It feels scary. It feels like, why is it set up this way? Yeah. Which is a great question. And I'm not sure if I want to address all that in this video, so I will not. But if you have that question, that's the beginning of your revolution, to go out and find those answers, right? That's what I did. That's what we all, well, no, I'm not going to say that's what we all do, because it's not true for everyone, but necessarily. I think right now it may be true, though. I think right now it's like, the stars aren't playing anymore. Source ain't playing no more. It's like, the time has come, which I've said a few times here. The time has come for us to know and take off the blindfold and see that this role that we've been supposed to play, this like part that we're supposed to play, this like is not what we're doing right now. It's not to just work your whole life and pay taxes so that yeah, sorry. I'm not going to be getting into all of the, not in this video anyway, not in these tarot videos anyway. Sorry, I lost my train of thought now. It's just, okay. I'm going to do a quick little wrap up from where we are, like a summary from where we are now. I'm going to do your closing cards and then we'll finish up, okay? Because I'm in a talkative mood today. And that's fine, but I also want to like stay on track and close it up, wrap it up, and conclude with where we're at. So yeah, we're starting to see, we're the blindfold's coming off. We're starting to understand that like all of these beliefs and all of what we've been taught is really what's keeping us trapped and imprisoned in a mind that is an egoic state, is a small, limiting, and lack state that is not the purpose of what we're here to do. It's not our highest potential. It's not the design. Like that's not the design. The design is to be aware and know of your true God, source, creator power, to know that your heart, the magnitude and the magnitude of your heart chakra, of your heart space, is 6 times greater than the magnitude of your brain. And like in terms of like the energy that is produced from your body, from your centers, from your energy cores. The biggest field that is extending out from your body is your heart space, is your heart chakra. It's 6 times bigger than your brain field. And that's because truth and life and all of your power lies in your heart and not in your mind. Your mind is a tool, and it shouldn't be in charge. It's not the design. The design is not for the brain to be in charge. The design is for the heart to be in its knowing and in the forefront of everything that we do and see and experience and perceive and know. Okay. Hi guys. Sorry, I lost you because my phone ran out of storage. And so I had to deal with that really quick. I only have a tiny bit of space, so I pulled the cards already to do the conclusion, just so I didn't have to do that and waste time. So I'll go over the conclusion cards for you, just so we can wrap this up and you can hopefully leave with some, it being tied up in a nice bow. Hopefully, I'm not sure. But yeah, apologies. I'll work on my storage for next time. So yeah, what I got for your conclusion: inverted 5 of Pentacles, upright Hermit, inverted 3 of Pentacles, and upright 8 of Wands. So yeah, definitely some kind of like an easing of pain. Okay, coming out of a dark night of the soul, coming out of despair, coming out of darkness, coming out of mental anguish, I'm not sure, or heartbreak, something like it's easing. That's also with the inverted 9 of Swords, that's easing, and the inverted 8 of Swords, like some kind of like a stepping away from a mental prison of a belief maybe that was keeping us in a mental prison. Like we're laying that down of some kind, and we're starting to listen to that inner light, or our spiritual team, spirit team, or spirit's guidance, and we're starting to follow the divine path. Like we're starting to listen more to the hidden truths of what's starting to come to light. Like we're cloaked, like it's a lot, and then I had this one, which is like it's like fast action, like forward momentum, like fast action. But you're not super action orientated in this, but with the complete, and I'm talking fast so I can get it wrapped up before I lose you. But with the complete and like the slam dunk, I feel like, and I feel like there is a conclude, and the Ace of Wands upright, celebrate your wins and the transformation. Like this might be like, maybe right now you're just a little bit feeling like you're working through this, and it feels like maybe it was initially really painful, but maybe you're just like starting to come out on the other side of really starting to finish integrating all of that knowing into your being in like a way that you can feel grounded maybe. And then it's all of a sudden going to feel like slam dunk, like done. Then it's fast moving action from there. Like then the sky's the limit. Now we've like clicked the socket into the right, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like we've put the gear in the right socket, and now we're moving. I can see stuff in my mind, and when I go to explain it, it gets all stuck. So I need to do a throat chakra clearing or something. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like, or also for some people, this will also be a thing before I go, because you have the 2 of Cups, you have the 8 of Wands, and then what else did we have here? We had complete, we have longing, we had harmony, unconditional, I saw earlier with the hearts. I saw that one as well. And was that it? This also could be like fast incoming action from like romance, soulmate. It could be. That might also be in here. I just saw it, so I'm going to throw it out there. Like maybe there's been an imbalance in that situation too, and now it's going to be fast moving action. It's going to be complete. Like the longing is going to be over, and there'll be a conclusion. It'll be complete and be in harmony. Okay. And then all these cards will turn up. I'm not sure. I'm just going to throw that out there because I did see the 2 of Cups also when I was shuffling, like earlier when I was shuffling. So I saw it twice today, saw 2 of Cups. I saw unconditional with that's unconditional love, complete, harmony, intimacy. That was the other one. Intimacy is here too. So it could be that there's going to be a conclusion or a completion from some kind of a longing that we've had in terms of a love offer. That could be part of it too. Anyway, all in all, it's great. Looks like there's going to be a slam dunk moment, whatever that means. In terms of like overcoming a lesson in your life, getting out of the mind and into the heart, of integrating this new reality that we're discovering and learning, which involves us as divine creators. Could be that, slam dunk, or it could be that combined with maybe a love offer coming in and a conclusion to your other half and being in harmony. Let me know. Like, I'm brand new and I'm just starting, but any feedback that I can get is so appreciated, and I want to connect with you and I want to know. I want to hear about what's going on in your life. Yeah. Okay. Love, 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 love to you all. Thank you so much for your patience. And I can't wait to see you again next time. Goodbye.